Aloha! Alrighty, let's make sure we're in tune together. So quick review of what we did today. The most important thing I think would be to go over the scale exercise because those are just great for the thingies. What we had last time was an open C major. We influenced the C major by playing our spider exercises, playing an F, F sharp, G, G sharp, B flat, B, and a C. And at that point we stopped. We had our C major, which had our C, E, G, open G. That was a little flat, sorry. And then our C up top for our repetition. Octaves. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do is the scale we're going to be doing today. The one we did last time was do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It had C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Today, same notes, except we're going to end on the C and then immediately put down our second finger to start that. What this does, it triggers the brain in saying, oh, there's more than one way to skin a cat, or there's more than one way to play a chord. Maybe that colloquialism is a little outdated. Anyway, C with our second finger. We're going to skip our fourth fret and go to our fifth fret and play the D with our pinky. So C, D, E, first finger is already lined up. We know that from C to D is a whole step, D to E is a whole step. Because if we played it up the fretboard, that's our next scale. But this one we have C, D, E. We know that 3 to 4 is a half step. So that's F. F to G is a whole step. So our G goes to an A. Our first finger is already lined up. Our first finger goes to B, which is a whole step away. We skip the third fret. We go to the second to fourth fret from the A to B. And then our half step is our seventh to our root. Or our resolution in this case. Root resolution 1, 1, 1, 8, 1, 8, C, 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 D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Trying to think of how to go the other way. So the idea is with these is once you get the actual notes in these scales, what I'd like you to start doing is playing them in rounds. So you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, D, E, F, E, F, G, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, F, G, A, G, A, B, 5, 6, 7, A, B, C, 6, 7, 1, 7. See how I moved my finger? I moved up because it's natural for me to start moving on what I want to play next. So if I went all the way up through there, my next movement would be for me to slide this to go up. But since I'm just stopping on this C, I just complete it all the way up. 7, 1, da 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 and what happens just like there at the end? You will find out that certain fingers won't allow you to do the same movements that you naturally did. My case in point was showing you C major. When you get to the F, by playing a 5-note string, which is your fifth, your fourth, your fifth, when you get to that G or the F, C, D, E, F, G, you can't just go to your second note, which would be the D, by omitting the C. So C, D, E, F, G, D, E, F, G, A. That first D, you can't use the pinky that's right there. Therefore, you kind of use the open note from the other one when playing, but knowing the difference between the two gives you the opportunity to do or the latter is a lot faster. What you notice when doing like, you actually utilize that openness to your advantage for speed. All right, so that was the scale. Just for a little preview, the next one's going to do your spiderweb exercises all the way up, and then instead of staying on the first or the second, it's going to drop to the first finger. You're going to omit the second and the first frets completely, and you're going to be playing first finger on the third fret, third finger on the fifth fret, and then pinky on the seventh fret. First finger on the third fret, third finger on the fifth fret, pinky on the seventh fret, and then here's where the middle finger, second finger comes in on the 4th fret, and then resolution for a 3rd. 2 schools of thought. You could either do 1st finger, 2nd finger, pinky, or you can do 1st finger, 3rd finger, pinky. Practice both ways. Why? One moves up this way, so you could go up, moving up, and one stays in that same symmetry for different modal structures. As you can see, that last one was mixolydian, or not mixolydian, melodic minor. Fun, huh? And that's just flattening your 3rd and your 6th, but we'll get to that later. So, 3 different scales. Scale played with only the 3rd. I like that one too, but it's hard to remember to do that. I don't know why. Practice those, you'll get better at them. Try them in different rhythms, different movements, different notes. And we'll talk more about this, and it relies on what we're doing with our spider exercises as well, to where you can think in real time. When you do that, those scale exercises and practices over and over again become melodies because you're used to putting notes and strands together in a certain order. They end up starting to be what you're playing in your head in real time. That's all music is. All right, so for our chords today, we realized a couple awesome things. If we keep the note that's our root stale and anchored in here, when we move, we can see the 5th and the 3rd sometimes switching. That happens in 4 of our 7 major chords. However, the E major to the F major and the E minor to an F minor look exactly the same. The A minor to the B minor in 2nd position, A minor to the B flat minor look exactly the same. So what we tell is the E, the A are going to be something that we move up and down the fretboard. Now comes being able to play those like a G major with the E root and being able to see that, oh, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. What happens is once we learning what keys have sharps and what keys have flats, we apply the names to the shapes, and then the shapes and the names dictate what position they have. And right now, the 3 things that we should be learning simultaneously that come together are these things. Chords are derived out of tones. Tones, when you have 3 tones, are called triads. Triads are chords. When you play those triads on an instrument, you exhibit the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th. By manipulating the 1st, 3rd, and 5th to something else, you're either adding or subtracting notes, or replacing in certain examples. So long story short is what we're doing when we're changing from chord to chord, we're moving through. What happens is if everything is major, 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 it lacks character and spice. So if it's major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, resolution, those 2nd minors, that 3rd minor, and the 6th minor really add that character and spice. So what we learned is in the key of D, there's 2 sharps. So you would see it as having a D major. What comes after D? E. E minor, what comes after E, F, but in this case, one of the sharps is F. So F sharp minor, then a half step to the G major, a whole step to the A major, a whole step to the B minor. Here's where your 7th diminished comes in. C sharp diminished looks exactly like a C diminished, and it looks exactly like a B diminished. So when I want to resolve to this, if I play a C sharp diminished, it will resolve to a D major. Just the same as a D diminished will resolve to a E flat major, and so on, so forth. So all we have to do is learn how to play the shapes and move them in correlation to where they are. And just like my Stevie example today, we've got a E minor, and then our 7 scale to 7 scales, F sharp diminished to a G major to an A minor. It moves back down, but if we went all the way up, E, F sharp, G, A, B, guess what C is going to be? C sharp major, C sharp, C major, D major, then it resolves back to the minor of the E minor. So what I was trying to characterize in these is when you learn a shape, that shape will be the chord that you're looking for. This is the E minor, F sharp diminished, G major, and this G major shape is based off of what you already know is looking like a C major. I'm just changing with the bar chord something that is at the ninth fret rather than the 3rd fret. I hope that made all sense. What we're looking at is seeing how to use our hands and say C, D, E, F, G. Hey, how's it? Come on in. I have a student, so I'll send you a secondary lesson. Aloha.